Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Tanner.
Welcome to episode 61 of Bird Squawk.
Alright, so we're going to divert our attention from the draft. The last how many episodes we've been talking about the draft because we're getting closer and closer to the draft. We're just over 2 weeks away. But we're going to get deeper into a series of articles that have came up about the Eagles and really showing how dysfunctional this team is right now. About, 2 weeks ago, we glazed over a Jeff McNeil article in the Philly Inquirer.
Jeff McLean.
McLean. And now The Athletic just came out with a similar article that goes a little deeper, that when we started to put the pieces together off camera, it seems a little scary that it might be true.
A little sketchy. I mean, it really is becoming the National Enquirer with this crew lately. I mean, this is a Shield Kapadia article out of The Athletic, and the dude's usually very good. So, there's got to be some truth to what he's saying. To the level of Doug taking this stuff from these guys, it just drives me crazy. And it's like, I mean, if Lurie and Howie are really this way, I mean, come on. Dysfunctional. We're dysfunctional.
Yeah, and right away, after last season, as we talked about on this show, reports we take them with a grain of salt. But now there are two reports from two pretty well-known dudes that at least we both trust and kind of see. And they're similar things. Right off the bat, the run game stuff that Lurie doesn't like when they're running the ball, even if it means they're going to win football games. If you put that together with us complaining that they never run the ball, then maybe that's true.
We got Miles Sanders clipping like 6-7 yards a carry, and he just disappears.
Like, is it sexy? No. But I don't really care if we're winning football games.
Yeah, I mean, I get it to a point where Jeff Lurie wants some involvement, but dude, it's time for you to just step off, do your job, just be the face of the franchise, and let the coaching and all the football stuff to the people that know football.
Yeah.
I really feel like we were talking earlier, like, who knows what the truth is. But,
yes.
But it almost seems like these guys got full of themselves after we won this Super Bowl. We beat up Orlando Scandrick, that scumbag. But, when he left town, he did say, they're still living in the past. Was he talking about the locker room, or was he talking about the organization as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him earlier about that. I think most of us took that originally as the locker room, not as the organization as a whole, because of his little tiff with Malcolm and all that. But I think he meant more front office, which it seems so. Like we said, there's deeper to get into here. So we were on the show last season bashing Doug with how he treated the media, just how he was just always annoyed, always just wasn't into it. Well, it seems like that's cleared up now. He was just tired. The more and more this Doug thing evolves, when he left, it seemed like he said, "I'm out, whatever." And off the bat, I was like, I don't really like the way he left. But it's showing about these articles coming out that he was just like, "Screw you guys, I'm doing my own thing."
I mean, I'd love to spend a night at the bar with Doug, get him a little juiced and start hearing some of the real deal here. The story come out, they gave him 24 hours last year to fire those dudes, or he was going to get fired. I mean, now, Doug was Doug, right? He came into town, we were like, Stu Nod.
Yes.
But he won us a Super Bowl.
Yeah, what I don't get, if it really was, I think there's a culmination of things. Like you said, I think the Super Bowl got to their heads a little bit. And I also think with Doug winning the Super Bowl, even though there was no inkling of this happening, but I don't know if they were afraid Doug won a Super Bowl and now he wanted control. I really think Chip has such a deep-rooted issue in Jeff still to this day that's scary, and that's why he was like, no, I gotta take control so Doug doesn't take over.
I think they totally, and when I'm talking they, it's Howie and Jeff.
Of course.
Jeffrey. I think they totally thought they won the Super Bowl. I think they totally gave Doug no credit. as you're hearing, they're sitting in these meetings telling him what to do.
Yeah.
How he's picking who's playing on game day. I mean, they totally gave Doug no respect.
No, it seems so.
You know, and it just seems odd that Doug would leave town and not voice some of this.
And I also think maybe it's not the Super Bowl. Maybe this was a day one thing with Doug, because also in the article they say that Doug kept Frank Wright in town, played and begged for him to stay, and they said, fine, you can stay, but if you struggle in the beginning of the season, Schwartz is going to become the coach.
Yeah, unreal.
Like, did they really treat Doug like that?
What they put that dude through? I mean, I've got another level of respect for Dougie.
It changed a lot,
These stories
yes.
are true. I totally respect everything Dougie did for us. The way he got us the Super Bowl while things were going on in the background to him. I mean, come on. Anybody would have said, you know what? You two guys can go pound sand. I'm not dealing with this.
It's just...
Who do you think you are?
It's just how long, as much as terrible as last year was, and I think most of us can agree that we're dysfunctional after last year, how deep-rooted has this been? How many years has this been? But it's just been overshadowed by success.
Yeah, and I mean, now it seems like we're going down the same road. They brought in Sirianni. He's not going to have any say in anything.
Exactly.
Nothing. He is going to be the head coach.
Yeah.
In name.
Yeah.
That is it. He's going to show up at the press conferences, have to answer for Howie and Doug personnel decisions and why he stopped running the ball, in the third quarter. And I think after 5 years, Doug just said, I'm done with this.
It just shows, I mean, like I said, you said right away, if this really what happened to Doug, why didn't he come out about it? I think
he took the high road. I think he's cashing them checks. And I think he didn't want to burn any bridges, like you said. He knows at some point he's going to want to get back into the game.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to muddy the waters.
And it's all coming out now.
Because those guys would make him look like a malcontent. You know, they'd say, oh, listen to him now complaining about, I mean, that stuff works that way, And I just feel like if this is true, I mean, as a season ticket holder, I am totally disheartened in Jeffrey and Howie and what they're trying to accomplish at the expense of us fans. I mean, we're the ones paying the money for your merchandise to go to the games, season tickets. And that's the stuff you're doing in the back room to dudes that brought us a Super Bowl after 52 years.
Yeah, it's just, I don't, because I think we all knew right off the bat with Sirianni, it was like, yes, it was a guy that he could control it. But this shows such a more deeper issue than originally perceived. Just the way it's trending, it's not great. And it continues to reinforce to many people that I don't think Howie can do anything wrong. A lot of people think Howie's on the hot seat this year if the draft doesn't go well. Well, once again, these articles doesn't make you feel any better about that.
I mean, these articles said it. I mean, they said that the scouts have a draft board and Howie has a separate draft board.
Yeah, I mean...
And what we've seen is we're going off Howie and Jeffrey, fantasy football geeks, draft board. I mean, come on.
It's just like, I know anything can be real, but it's two articles, very similar, and it's not far-fetched. What we see,
no, man,
it's not far-fetched.
When you look back at everything, at where we are now,
hindsight,
and you look back at everything that's going on, it starts to have a little bit of, where there's smoke, there's fire, and it kind of smells a little bit. And I like I said, there's always a little bit of truth in a lot of the stories.
Yes.
So, some things are going on that I'm sure we would be like, what?
Yeah. It's just because the original Jeff McLean article was really more Howie, and this was more Jeffrey Lurie with Howie, and just like I said, it doesn't seem as far-fetched. Yes, I don't know if I believe the sense to treated him like a baby. I think that's over-exaggerated, but there has to be some truth with that. You can see body language, hearing this information, and now seeing how he acted, press conferences in general over last season. It kind of seems like, yeah, he was just like, I'm ready to leave.
Well, I mean, the way he left, it was like, I totally feel like he was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Enough's enough. I'm going to go sit on a beach, cash my check. I don't need you guys.
Because of how sudden,
Bowl.
Because of how sudden it was. Because everyone was like, Doug's back. Doug's not going anywhere. And then, oh, we have this random meeting. So it was either Lurie was going to say some dumb stuff, or Doug ordered it and said, I'm just going to resign.
You know, the dude that brought you a Lombardi trophy to the link, gave us the ultimate prize, and you're going to kick him out with the trash.
It's
disrespectful, man. Dougie, I think differently of you. I think higher of you. You took the high road. You know, someday you will talk. I predict you will talk.
Yeah.
And
it's just in general, even if he didn't do all the things that we love Doug for, just in general, that's not how you conduct an organization.
Every decision now Doug made during a game, I'm second guessing, because was he under the gun to do that?
Yeah, the running thing is so like I know
the whole last game of the season was that.
Yeah,
was that Doug?
Yeah,
no, was that
I don't think so.
And Howie?
I think it's freaking.
And he was the fall guy.
Yeah,
for that. I mean,
it's just because the running thing we chalked it up as Andy Reid tree. They don't like to do that, but. It's so, like, I'm not using that as complete credit, but it's like, then yeah. Because when it's obvious when we ran the football, we have success.
I just don't know, man, if they've set this Sirianni dude up for failure
or
what.
I know. I'm going in. We have been open-minded with him. I know a lot of people are already tired of him, and he hasn't even done anything yet.
Like anybody that loves ball.
Hate the banana round. Let's stick it. All right.
Say that.
So, I still open-minded too. I still want to give this guy a chance. I think he is a good football guy. I think I like his...
Like guys that ball.
I like his groundwork. But we just have to see what... But is he going to get a legitimate chance?
I don't know, man. I just... The more the stories come out about these guys,
it's more scary.
Like crazy,
it's
man.
More and more scary about where this team is leading.
Jeffrey Jones,
He's getting to Jerry Jones era. He's getting into that aura. That is not good stuff.
No.
Not good at all.
Now, stay up in your box. Let football to the football guys.
Yeah, but he has a non-football guy as the head, so.
Yeah, well, he won a Super Bowl now, so he thinks he knows everything.
He thinks yeah.
Got a little full of themselves, and nothing is sweeter than getting a reality check, which they've gotten in the past couple of years.
Yeah, I mean...
they can say what they want, but they've stunk the place up the past couple of years. And if it was you and Howie doing it, Jeff, hey, you reap what you sow.
It's on you at this point. Everyone's gone. It's on you. And obviously we've been talking about that as this season gets closer. But it was nice to divert a little bit from the draft. We'll get back into it next Wednesday as we count down. Stress levels continue to rise when it comes to the draft.
God.
But we'll get into that next Wednesday. Thank you guys always for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.